Well, I'm 82 now. 72 years, going on 73 years. I started when I was 8 years old, and I haven't quit. Everybody knows me. I'm the only one around that rows his canoes. No matter where I go, oh, we seen Frank today. They can tell by my oars. At one time, there used to be 140 guides here in Whitney alone. When I was younger, and they kept passing away, you know, and everything. And I'm the only one that's left. I know for sure. There isn't another guide in the last 20 years. That'll be it. When I'm gone, there won't be nobody. This lake here in Whitney was Canada's #1 smallmouth bass lake. The Americans were crazy for bass, eh? And I rode the boat down to the post office. My mother sent me to the post office and the store. On the way down, I had a line out. Come on, this time. And I ended up catching 2 lake trout on it. And the Americans seen that. Frank, would you guide us on the lake? And we pay you well. I said, sure, I can do it. And I was only 8 years old then. I had one customer, and then another ones, another ones, another ones.
Yeah, he won't jump no more.
I was making more money then than my dad was. He was getting $3.61 a day, and I was getting 5. That got me interested in the guiding, and, you know, I never stopped.
The minute that I met Frank, I knew that there is something special here. Really was a golden story. You have to see this guy's face. Like, you know, it is incredible. You know, he's got the timber of the land right in every wrinkle kind of a thing. It's just, it's fantastic. The first book was Frank's story. I guess he would have been 65 when I first met him, so not an old man. And he starts telling me about how, you know, he's born and raised basically in Whitney. He used to have a farm on the other side of Gallery Lake. And I asked him at one point, how long did you guide for? And he said, well, I still guide. And how many other people are doing this? And he said, as far as I know, nobody else is doing it. I'm the only idiot left. You can't hire a guide other than Frank Kwiak to go into Algonquin Park, but it's not going to be the same. You know, there's no way. You're not going to be going in with a guy that was guiding in the 40s, right? You're not going to be going in with a guy that has canoes hidden around every bend in Algonquin Park, right?
You grab the line, open this up. You okay?
Yeah.
You think so? You gotta convert them into a fisherman right off the start. I teach them to show them what type of lures to use and how much line to let out. The one thing about guiding, you have to have patience. Patience to learn and to teach. If you haven't got the patience, forget about guiding. Because some people can really get on your nerves, you know. Turn around and show them how to fillet them out, you know, get all the bone out and everything. From the time I turn around and I can flay that fish out and I have the fire going and cooked and they're eating it in 15 minutes. How do you know this is going to burn? How do you know that's going to burn? How do you know what kind of wood to grab, you know? And I explained and I showed them to him, you know.
It's kind of nice to actually eat the food you catch, eh? The fish is absolutely delicious. What you got in there?
That's what my wife enjoyed the most. Bite that.
Bite it?
Yeah, chew it. Wintergreen.
Wintergreen.
And the tea of it.
Excellent. Absolutely
After
wonderful.
dinner mint.
They're not coming, Frank. They're not coming.
Watch out!
Are you gonna keep going to your 90?
No, 107. Doctor told me I got another 25 years to go.
Holy shit.
Oh!
Not too tight. Loosen it. See, if I could get him where it's coming right
Okay.
across, and I give it to him on the head, but I don't want it flat. I want it on an angle. Oh,
Right here, I'll bring it
now if I
swing
was
it.
right there. I got him good. He's a 20-pounder. Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, Frank, nice work.
There's things I do, just makes me happy when I do it for nothing, you know? I do so much stuff for that park because I want to see people come. Where else have they got country like this? It's the land that connects everybody together, you know? Once people get up here, holy jeez, that is beautiful. It's so peaceful and quiet. Get off your ass and come and visit Algonquin Park and see how beautiful a country you have, eh? Get out of the city. Get some fresh air. So we got a big country here. Park superintendent called me up earlier this spring and he gave me the keys to all the gates and all the cabins. He knows that I have canoes hid all over the bush. And he told the trail cutters not to touch my equipment. If they come across it, leave it alone. Frank's brought enough revenue into the park that he deserves to be able to have the stuff in the park. Well, I sat at the table there for 2 years. I guess it went by before I turned around and said to the wife, you know something, it just hit me. I said to her, how many people have a book written about them and they're still alive? Usually it's written after they're dead.
Well, when I first started, I thought I had a pretty good magazine story. I wasn't expecting the phones on the copy desk of the Citizen to like burn up on Thanksgiving Sunday. I wasn't expecting to get a book out of it. I wasn't expecting to get a book out of it that sells to this day. It all came as a surprise to us. Frank still gets letters that are addressed to the last guide, Algonquin Park.
Frank, there's been 2 books written about you.
Yeah.
Why? Like, what is it that you have that people want to know? What is it about this knowledge that you have? Why do you think it's so important that people want to write it down? You're a good guide. You're very dedicated to giving a good service.
Yeah.
But you must have some sort of insight on all this.
I guess it's my attitude.
Yeah?
Well, back years ago, 31 years ago, I drank, eh?
My customers started to leave me, eh? And I was wondering why. After I quit drinking, then I realized why. Because the next day you could smell it off of you, the person that was drinking the night before, like, and I said, no wonder they have left. I smell like that, I had my brother over here. I had made homemade wine, and we had 17 bottles that we drank that day, plus I mixed it with rye whiskey. I don't remember driving 31 miles. I don't remember driving down or driving home. And I'm sitting there holding my head, and I said, oh, Lord God, help me. I'll never touch another drink again. And something just lifted up. I've been sober now 32 years. And right now I sponsor 62 people in AA.
I know Frank takes great pride in every letter he gets from somebody saying, Frank, I just want to let you know I'm 6 days clean. Great story, man. I take a little sliver of his pride in that, thinking, yeah, that was worth doing. It says something about Frank that he has a good relationship with all his children. I don't know any other bad drunks that can say that.
We're at Grandma's house. There's Grandpa.
There's Grandpa. TJ, look at, there's Grandpa. Merry Christmas. Go Christmas tree.
My second wife was very good to me. And got along good. Hell of a good cook. Good fisherman.
Dancer? Oh, good boy.
I was reaching for my ticket to give to the bus driver, and I couldn't find it. And picked it up off the ground. She said, "Do you lose this?" I said, "Yeah." So she gets on the bus, and after I got into talking to her and everything, I said, "How would you like to go out for dinner?" I ordered steak. I wanted mine medium. She wanted hers well done. He brought it, and there was still blood running out of it. And sent it back to the kitchen. Come back out the second time. Still wasn't cooked enough. I got up from the table. I walked into the kitchen. I said, "I'm cooking that woman her steak the way she wants it." And first thing you know, we got married. They're supposed to be naming a lake after her. Her and I used to go up here. Lake of about 3 acres. Beautiful lake. And it was a big high bluff on the one side, and right up and on the top of the bluff and looking down, nice crystal clear water. You could see the fish come up and grab the bait. And then a lot of times we'd go Saturday, if I wasn't guiding, Saturday afternoon, we'd stay overnight, grab a couple of woolen blankets, and that's all we took. Nice pine needles to lay on, just like mattresses. Yeah. But then her memory was going bad, and they called me, and I was back here at home, and called me and turned around, "You better get down, and I don't think your wife is going to live too long." I fought with them for a long time, till I turned around and took a writing pad out, and I started writing down the portage trails that I cut, and the campsites that I built in the park and everything, and I put a price tag on every one of them at the end. And I went down to the ministry office in Peterborough, there, the head office, and I turned around and asked them, why can't they name that lake after my wife? We're right here. And the little lake that's going to be named after my wife is right there. See, I got it circled there too.
And so when you go there now, you just go for...
Just memory, that's all, yeah. Sit and look at our bed there, to that one pine tree that we always laid under. Yeah. Even the lunch place that I used to have, a nice stone lunch place built, it's all full of needles. I didn't bother cleaning it out. I don't want to make a fire there when she's not around. Yeah. Hard to get her out of my mind.
You're okay now?
I had double artery put in my right leg. December the 18th, I turned around and crushed the bone in my leg. And when they x-rayed me to find out if I had any more broken bones, they found cancer on my lungs.
Them small little holes where they had all the instruments in, and that's where they pulled the lung out, part of that lung. I had both of them shattered. This one here I can't bend. I can bend this one right around, but this one I can't.
This is what
Anybody's want to see the tears.
Yeah, and this is the hardware that was under the scar of this man.
This hand done. Callus taken off because right to the bone. My fingers were drawn down like this. Now I got to get this one done because it's being drawn down. Cancer under my nose here, I cut out. And I got to go again because it's coming back on me again. Well, you can't give up. I always say, we're here for a weekend, and I got a little longer weekend than everybody.
That trade is going to disappear. You know, unless something happens, that trade will disappear with that guy. Unless he finds somebody that really, and he hasn't found anybody yet.
Going on 20 years, this was the last other guide that I used to guide, chum around with and guide, but he passed away. I've been trying to train guides, eh? And it's, oh, that's too hard. I'm not packing them heavy packs across the portage. Huh. Just put the boat in water and know where to go fishing and show the people how. No, I figured it's too hard. I don't know what's wrong with their head. There's nothing hard about it.
Fishing guides will exist. You can turn on the TV and find, channels with people that are fishing guides. You know, they're bass fishermen with these motors. You know, they might as well be driving race boats or something. Guides like Frank will disappear, and it'll be something new. So, I don't think he's going to find an apprentice, and I don't think the tradition, the way it was, will continue. And Algonquin Park's not what it once was either, you know? So, what can you do about it? I'm just glad I saw a little bit of it. But I met a little bit of it, you know?
Howdy, sir.
Happy birthday. I missed it, but there you go.
Just what I need.
Perfect. Well, winter's coming.
I'm running out.
Yeah.
Holy, keep me going for a week anyway.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Don't say anything, because we'll both try.
I have a wonderful niece turning around and taking over for me. She's done a wonderful job in 2 summers for me now, you know. Everything I showed, she caught right on. I'll tell you quick, too. The only thing is she hasn't beat me in catching the biggest one yet.
That's one of Frank's favorites right there. For any species, if things aren't biting, they'll bite that guy right there.
So, the fish are gone deep.
Yeah.
The weather changed so much, so
They sure did. Are you feeling a little bit better now, or? No. No.
I want to keep throwing up.
Are you taking anything for that?
Eh?
Are you taking anything for that?
Yeah, I got the medicine up there, but
You need anything else?
no, I got everything in.
Okay. You got gas in the boat and everything's all set?
Yeah.
Perfect. Do you have water?
No.
Get a
Yeah,
water.
I have water.
Oh, you better. Did you make a pickle and bologna sandwich?
No, I'll tell you, I have great love for her. She loves fishing. That's the one thing about her, day. And I got talking to her and decided, well, I'll take her out and see what she's like. She's good. She listens to everything I've showed her. She takes it to heart.
Frank and I just started fishing together lots, and it's just evolved into him really kind of encouraging me to maybe be the next guide.
Holy Jesus. You'd have to show me off, eh?
Yeah. There we go, Frank.
Well, when I met her, I turned around first time there. And I was talking, she was listening.
This is the bait that Frank always says to get. So today, I'm only fishing with this guy, a little bit of chatterbait up there, but this is the one that's winning the show, and that's Frank's favorite bait, so yeah. So Frankie is kind of famous all over the world. He's brought a lot here. And you know, his books are great. People love the history. They love to read about him and have the experience. He's tried to pass guides off to me, and they're like, no, thank you. It's like, you know, so it's him. He is the guide.
Another thing there, she won't let me do nothing. On account of, you know, I'm not in the best of health right now, and Uncle, you just leave it alone. Grab the pack and leave me walking with a cane.
When are you heading back to Ottawa?
I'll know Monday. The doctor will be calling me Monday. He'll have the results of the CAT scan, eh? I hope I don't have to go Tuesday, because I'm guiding at Bartlett Lodge on Tuesday.
When you can't guide anymore, is she gonna take some of your clients?
Well, I'm drawing a map of where all my canoes are for Charlene, eh? So she'll know where to find them. And that way she won't have to worry about a canoe when she's going in. She'll have one there for her, eh? Waiting for, because I'm not going to bring them out.
I'm filming you, Uncle Frankie.
Come on. Okay, this is the tippy canoe.
Ooh, great. You were the last guide in the park that actually got a license.
Yeah. Bought a license.
Yeah, bought a license.
Bought a license.
So that's, I didn't even know. That's the whole title of the book, and I had no clue.
I've been looking for it. It's up in
Yeah.
the trunk someplace up in the...
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That time you were only getting $5 a day. The license is 10.
Oh, so you lifted off the belly.
There.
Alrighty. So do you go under your thing?
Yeah.
All righty. So let's do that.
You gotta press down.
Oh, yeah, holy crap. I might have a little spine in that one. That's more of a rib cage knife.
You didn't get,
I know.
you left a lot of
So
meat.
I didn't push it down hard enough.
Hold that. Now freeze that in the ice water. It'll keep for a year or more.
Oh. Water balloon, eh?
6 days ago, you couldn't talk to me. I never had a voice for 6 days. Radiation, eh? Cut my voice right off. Still not fully. Throat sore from, have a hard time swallowing yet.
Lord Jesus Christ, by the 3 days you lay in the tomb, you made holy the graves of all who believe in you. And even though their bodies lie in the earth, they trust that they, like you, will rise again. Give our brother Frank a peaceful rest in this grave.
I'm going to be cremated, and there's not going to be any show. That's all. I pass away. The undertaker's going to take me and cremate me, and my daughter's going to come and bury me, and that's it. No big deal about it. I always kept saying that bury me with my face down so everybody can kiss my ass after I'm gone.
We would speak almost every night. He always wanted to hear the journeys that were happening out there, and just to get a rundown on where I was catching fish or what I was doing. We tried our best to just let him live vicariously through some adventures. So the morning that Frank started to really fail, he was with his loving daughter Adele and the family. I asked her to just tell him that I loved him. When she called me to tell me, you know, he got that message. But he knew anyways.
My name is Lee Posey, and I have the privilege of being the Friends of Algonquin Park's Executive Director. Our mission or our mandate is to enhance the appreciation of Algonquin Park through education and interpretation. So the display behind me is to celebrate the life of Frank Kuyak. Frank Kuyak was our Director's Award recipient in 2021. If you love Algonquin Park as much as Frank loved Algonquin Park, that's kind of the place that you want to see your name. The two are synonymous. Like they're, you know, like peanut butter and jam. You know, like a shore lunch and beans, you know, sort of thing. So yeah, for sure.
Like bologna and pickles.
Bologna and pickles, yeah. Perfect example. Frank Kuyak will be one of the names that will live on in the park history forever. And those of us who've been in the park a long time know that there are certain characters in the park that just live on long after they're gone. And Frank Kuyak will be one of those people.
So tomorrow we embark upon an incredible journey. There was a very special lake for Uncle Frankie, and it was a lake that is unnamed still, and it's a lake that he wanted to call Marie's Lake, named after his wife that he loved dearly. Before Frank had passed away, I had asked him if he wanted me to, like, you know, it was kind of a weird question, but I was like, did you want me to, like, bring you around and put you places? You know, and I said, like, what about Marie's Lake? And he says it's really hard to get to. None of us really had it pinpointed down as to the exact location. A friend of his who was with him on many journeys into that lake, him and I, we confirmed the lake with old pictures. The first thing that stood out was this formation in the rock that really resembles a wolf, even down to the darkness here on the rocks and stuff like that. This was a very, very big confirmation right there. You know, he set this pack up for me. This is the same kind of pack he's got. Usually I have a plastic insert into it, but for tomorrow's journey, I want to not have as much weight on there. So that's pretty special. Learning all the things that I did from Frank has been an incredible enrichment in my life. Where that'll lead and what I'll do with all those incredible things, who knows? I was talking to a very good friend of mine. She goes, you'll figure out what to do with that knowledge. Like, it was a gift to you, and now you will figure out what you're supposed to do with that knowledge. It's like he just wanted to give me as many tools as that he could.
I wanted to get some minnows. I happened to walk up out of this one pond up the hill, and I wanted to see if the minnows were better up in the pond up in the top, and the first thing you know, I found it was a lake, not a pond. Beautiful water, crystal clear. Then I turned around and I took the wife up, and oh, she started to love that lake. We didn't need no tent or nothing, because underneath the pines it was so beautiful and overlooking the water. And her and I'd take off and grab a couple of gray blankets, and that's all we took. And she used to sit there and watch me fish.
Wow, that's a nice tree. Yeah. This is our big white birch tree, and this is where we get our chaga medicine from. So it looks like one is starting to form here. So it won't be ready for a while.
I asked Dale to join us on this journey to honor Marie and Frank. Marie was also an Algonquin. We have a lot of gratitude for Dale for coming. So that's all wintergreen right there. So what's nice is that if we take a bunch of that and we just boil it, always take the nice leaves. And that's how Frank used to say Marie used to love her wintergreen tea. So you just pick those and you boil it. It's nice to break the leaves up too a little bit. So we'll take some of that.
When we have a ceremony to honor someone who's gone before us, when you return them back to the place that they loved the most, you always want to wish that spirit a good journey. These little things are tobacco ties, and you'll notice the different colors. They are meant to capture everyone on the earth. Everyone is equal. So you just want to wish him well and tell him to send you a sign he's okay. All his little tricks of fishing and hunting and camping, they're yours to pass down now.
So this is a Frank special with, the only thing we're missing is actually margarine to make it even healthier. But it's mayo, pickle, and bologna sandwiches. So anybody that fished with Frank knows about his sandwiches, if we didn't do shore lunches. We were together almost every single day. Yeah. If we didn't have Guidon, we were competing.
Oh, Charlene, he would talk about you. He was so proud. She's gonna take over, guide, my customers.
Yeah.
And he was so
He is very,
proud.
very proud of that.
He just loved that somebody loved what he was doing just as much as he did.
You might as well grab them.
Lunch.
The last time that we had a really good fishing, like one of our best fishing trip, it was the last fishing trip of the season. And I was like 1 pike ahead. It was only that big. And I was still trying to get it in. And then his line goes, and then the canoe starts going.
She started paddling backwards, paddled into shore, and as soon as she hit shore, she just jumps out of the canoe and grabs the line and starts bringing the fish up the shore. And the line broke, and the fish turned around and started going in. She jumped on top of it, pulled it out.
Grabbed the fish out of the water, out of the grass like that, and onto the shore. It wasn't really fair that he won the competition that day because we both kind of caught that fish.
I beat you anyway. No, you didn't. We both caught this fish. 43.5 inches. She got a trophy first, and I'm the winner. I should have turned around and brought it out.
It was a good story to end our journeys on. That was a good day. Yeah.
I was hoping to get another one. She lost one right off the start there, and then not another hit.
They must be, if they're not females, they're not even spawning yet because they're not beat up at all. The males right now will be just ripped to pieces, eh?
Yeah, all
For the
scarred
spawn.
up from fighting. Yeah.
I realized that, all those lessons that he taught me were life lessons for me. Until somebody's gone, you don't realize actually how much you've learned. What he shared with me, I try to share with other people. I think that that's the importance of the transfer of knowledge, the transfer of experiences, the transfer of just memories. And I heard a lot of his memories, and I guess I made a lot of my own with him. So if I can have that same impact and help them experience Algonquin Park like we do, that would be a great thing. This is Larry's shop. That's that old school kind of fishing stuff. This is all these, you have lots of these things anyways, right? So when you're dealing with customers, so there's a difference in how we do certain things, okay? Yeah. And then Frank had a cute little way of setting up the tail because he liked those suckers, even though they were dead, to act alive. That's how Frank likes to put the tails. So now you're gonna see.
So like kind of bent like that?
Bent like that, because you're gonna see what happens. It goes like this in the water. It propels. I like getting through that hard snout thing.
Okay.
All right. So when you always want to get it above the spine, like that's what this guy too. It looks awkward, but it goes through the water nice. So that's Frank is famous for there. There's a William spoon. That's a, that's a good size bass. So then, like, Frank always did his best like this. So you cut it right open in a fillet?
Yeah.
Okay. So the other way is, you know, this way too. And the good thing about doing it this way, right, is that you can get right onto that rib cage right there.
Okay.
Okay.
So you don't miss too much.
Yeah, and then you're not opening up your gut. Okay. Any way that you have to, you got to build a base. Without a base, you got nothing. You have to nurture this, right? When I think of Frank now, in my mind, I can see the mist rising. And just the squeak of the oars going. And I'll remember that for the rest of my life.
There's nothing more relaxing, I don't think, than sitting out there in the boat. I don't care if I get a bite or not. It's just, I'm out there enjoying life.